the last few years, fishermen in the Netherlands have invested a great deal into becoming more sustainable. At the same time, their profitability has not increased. Providing sustainably caught fish has largely become a license to produce. The challenge they now face is how to increase the profitability of their sustainably caught fish. Traditionally, most of the wild caught fish in the Netherlands has been sold through local auctions. Some fishermen, however, have looked into increasing the earning opportunities by looking at the supply chain. These fishermen have gone from being just fishermen to becoming maritime entrepreneurs. In this film, we would like to show you 3 examples of how modifying the supply chain can increase the profitability of the fishermen. The first project is a fishing company that has chosen to both shorten their chain and gain control of all of the links in order to increase their profitability. In the second example, all of the links in the chain decided to work together in order to be able to supply to a higher niche market. The third example proves that cooperation on a smaller scale can also increase the profitability of the individual fishermen. On the former island of Urk, Ekofish established itself as a company that markets its own sustainably caught fish. Their objective is to vertically integrate and shorten their supply chain in order to reduce their costs and increase the quality of the caught fish.
In 2006, we made a huge change with our company. We changed the boat from beam trawler into a twin rigger. The twin rig method is much better because you catch the fish with a much lower speed. You use much larger mesh sizes, so the smaller fish can easily escape from the net. We are the hunters, we are the fishermen. We receive the message from the clients. We send the message through to the boats, and we have been saying, well, look guys, we have received an order from one of our big clients, and we have to supply them with 20 tons of fillets, so please do your best that we can guarantee the supply which they ordered. Filleting is not our job. Then we have chosen to find a partner, that we have a close cooperation together, that is doing the job for us, and then we can go to the market with our product.
Immediately after the catch is landed in a Danish port, a truck leaves for a 12-hour-long drive to Urk. Right after arriving in the Netherlands, the fish is brought to the processing company, without the intervention of an auction. As a result, the cooling chain is not interrupted, which considerably improves the quality of the fish. After filleting, the fish is packed and prepared for shipping to their very diverse customers. By controlling and shortening the whole supply chain, Ekofish has both reduced their costs and ensured that their sustainably caught fish arrives with the highest possible quality to the consumers. This project proves that ecological and economical sustainability can go hand in hand. This achievement makes those working at Ekofish very proud. The second project shows that if all the links in the chain work together, both vertically and horizontally, they are able to supply sustainably caught fish to a higher niche market. However, to ensure a large number of supermarkets with a steady supply of sustainably caught fresh fish, a lot of fishermen and fish auctions need to cooperate together. This cooperation is quite new and driven largely by the collective objective of letting fishermen earn more than just bulk prices for their sustainably caught fish.
My name is Pim Visser. I'm the general manager of the Visafslag Hollands Noorden, the Hollands Noord fish auction, which was the initiator of the Vis van Dichtbij, Fish from Nearby project. The purpose of this project was to close the gap between the fishermen and the supermarket chain, to bring the communication from the fish which is caught very nearby. Supermarkets nowadays sell a lot of fish which is coming from abroad. Over the last few years the quota have increased enormously, which means that availability of the fish is huge, and therefore it's good to have a market nearby. We had 2 kinds of fish which were specific for our fleet, which is sole, common sole, Dover sole and plaice. So we could then convince the supermarket chain that for the coming years there was a constant flow of this good quality North Sea fish. What we then did is to close the gap to make the communication between the supermarkets. So in the middle of the week the supermarket ordered at the auction the quantity of fish they wanted. The auction communicated with the vessels and said this is the fish that you have to catch for this supermarket chain. And then the fish came already, as you say, reserved for the supermarket chain in the auction. The fish is not taken from the box, so the cold chain is not broken. So the shelf life of the fish is then extended. We also had a discussion on sustainability. So the type of gear that was used fishing this specific species was the pulse gear for the sole, and most of the time it was twin-rigged fish for place. One of the big advantages of the project was that we had meetings with fishermen and Ahold, the supermarket chain. So a lot of communication was established and they understood each other. So it was not vague, there was no distance anymore. For the logistics, we had the contact with Marine Harvest. Marine Harvest is the supplier of Ahold for all its fish. So our fish was part of the fish flow from Marine Harvest into the supermarket chain. The Dutch fish was back in the supermarket, and that was the most important.
The previous two projects focus on increasing the profitability in sea fishing. Improving the transparency and the cooperation in the chain, however, can also increase the profitability of relatively small, artisanal fisheries. In this third project, called Zuiderzee Zilver, fishermen, fishmongers, auctions and restaurants have joined hands in order to offer sustainably caught freshwater fish to a more profitable niche market. This project also exemplifies both vertical and horizontal integration.
We started the project Zuiderzee Zilver in 2009 because we were looking for a way of securing the income of the fishermen. We saw that there was a decline in the catches, and that meant that fishermen had to get an income out of a better price. We ended up with a label on the high end of the market. We have the opportunity to tell the story of the fishermen, and also we can show how they operate, how they try to be as sustainable as possible, and how they work with this valuable product, the fish. And on the other hand, we hope that the consumers and also society gets a better understanding of the fishermen. The result of the project is that the fishermen, during the 4 years of the project, have retained a better price. There's more transparency in the chain, the fish chain, more cooperation in the fish chain towards the product. And what we've also achieved, I think, is also a better image of the fishery on the Lake IJsselmeer. KLM, our national airliner, has taken aboard Zuiderzee Zilver pike perch. So that really helps us, of course, to get a better recognition of the label.
The second important species within the Zuiderzee Zilver project is the flounder. Right after the catch, the live fish is landed and sold at the fish auction. There, each case is labeled as Zuiderzee Zilver flounder. It is not necessary for buyers to be present at the auction, as fishmongers can also buy via the internet.
I'm Elias Bosma from Raudefish. I'm sales director and I'm the fish buyer from the company. For us it's important that we work on the sustainability in the fish industry, and we are very happy to work close together with the people from the Zuiderzee Zilver. And looking to the future, is it for us important that we work with people when working on a stable landing of fish. And it's important that the end consumers see how is the industry working from fishery to the end product, and that's why we invest a lot of time of this kind of projects.
Entrepreneurs in fisheries in these 3 projects in fact focused on the following issues. How to fish or to produce fish in a responsible and sustainable way. How to communicate this in the right way to the markets and the end consumers. How to assure good quality of fish and traceability. How to cooperate within the supply chain with relevant stakeholders. And how to improve profit to ensure a future for the fishermen. The projects have proven that integration of activities of fishermen in the supply chain can bring benefits to both consumers and fishermen.